watch either the examples or the teaching part. Yes, Lincoln?
If the remainder isn't zero, then -2 isn't a root.
It's not a root. That's exactly right. Okay. Okay, example 2. I'm gonna go through this one again, and then after that, I'll let you guys do it on your own. Okay. Because this one I won't explain it as much. 2x to the 4th, 3 plus x squared minus 3. Okay, this is how the questions are written for you, and they'll just say synthetic divide. But a lot of times they don't ask you what the purpose is. So why you're doing this to say, is x equals 3 a root? That's really the question that we're answering. Okay. But before we answer that question, let's answer a bunch of other questions. We know the degree of this is what?
4.
4. Okay, with these you don't add them. It's the highest power. So 4 looks like a W. You should be able just to look at this and get all this information out. Okay, that means both arms, the right one and the left one, they're both pointing up to infinity. Okay, that means up.
Why don't you add it?
Say that? Because that comes from factored form. Okay, factored form is when you have all the parentheses. That's when you add them. If this is standard form, it's just the highest one. Very good question. Okay, and I also know my y-intercept. 0, what? -3. Okay, not this -3. That -3. Because all these would cancel to 0. Right, so bunch of information there. That makes sense or no, guys? Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's divide this. So 2, -6. You can put on top like if you want. You don't have to. 1, -3, -3. Usually we don't. Okay, I just wrote it just to show you. And we're going to divide by -3 or +3? Positive. That's what we're testing this. Is that a root? Okay. So here we go. This time I won't draw as many arrows. Drop down. Multiply. Add. Multiply. 3 times 0 is 0. Add 1 plus 0. 1. 3 times 1, 3. Add -3 and 3, 0. 3 times 0, 0. Add -3 and 0, -3. When you get this down, it's like, because you're just multiplying, adding. So it's really fast. Okay? That doesn't look like a 0, so no. Not a root. And this is why we're doing this, because tomorrow we're going to test a bunch of different numbers, and you should get really fast at doing that. That way you can find the root. So not a root. Everybody okay with the process so far? That makes sense? Not as messy. What's that, Jose? Oh, did I add wrong? Okay. Okay. Yeah, not as messy if I don't draw all the arrows. Okay. Let's interpret our answer. Okay, this is a point of confusion for some students. You're starting with x to the 4th. Your answer will be 1 less power. So your answer will start with x to the 3. So 2x to the 3. Now, this one time I'm going to write the zeros in there, but we usually don't. But just so you can see. Okay, so 0x squared plus 1x plus 0 constant. And then the confusing one is your remainder, where you just do -3 over. It's always just whatever the remainder is over what you're dividing by. Okay. And it is weird the first couple of times. But again, we don't really write the zeros because they're just, 0 means nothing. So this is really how we write the answer. Which is much neater and cleaner, right, if you don't put the zeros in there. But I just want to show you the zeros do have a place, right? that okay, guys? Everything makes sense? Or no?
So you wouldn't put the x squared at all?
No, because it's a zero. It's almost like saying if you had zero $10 bills in your wallet, there's no $10 bills, right?
Wait, so where did you get the powers?
The powers, you start with whatever the original one has. Your first number will be that power, but one lower. So if this is 4, this one starts with 3.
Okay.
If this one was 5, you'd start with 4.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you just work your way down. 3, 2, 1 number.
Okay.
Good questions, guys. You ask those questions, they help a lot, okay? Because they help clarify what you don't understand. Any other questions?
I think we're good.
Okay, on this next one, I'm going to be quiet and I'll start a timer. This one's example 3. But let me help you set it up first. Now, if you're on a little bit like you're kind of struggling, just synthetic divide, okay? But those of you that are getting it down, take it all the way, like graph it, all the parts. But let's do the setup part here, because my first class messed this up a lot. What's that first number? No. -1, okay? So -1. So you gotta keep that sign. Now notice this, 3, 1. Is that right? No. It's missing something. The number, right? The 2 or whatever that number would be. So remember, because it has to be a spot for everybody. X cubed, X squared, X, and after X is always the number. So you got to put something there for whatever's missing. That's the first one we do where something's missing. Like if it was missing an X squared, you'd put a 0 for X squared. Whatever's missing, you put something there. Okay?
So you put a 0?
A 0. Okay, now you can go, okay? So I'll start the timer. See how much you could do in 2 minutes. It is. You start with whatever the biggest power is. So 3 is the biggest power, but what's the number next to in front? If there's no number, what is the number there? In front of a letter, in front of a variable. 1. So
I'm talking about here, you put 2.
because I'm dividing by... Oh, you just wrote it down.
I see what I did.
You wrote this one, huh?
No, it's power for sure.
I think you're looking at this, look, because that was the
No,
thing.
what I did was I wrote this power.
Oh,
I
okay.
got confused.
Gotcha. What do you think? You understand? Yeah. Yeah, there's the pass right here. It's 100% okay to look at your notes. You're just learning right now, okay? Looks good to me. Acaba de ir este muchacho con el... Yeah, I think so, because that's not... Oh, yeah. So this first one, you just drop it as is, so you don't multiply it. So it just be -1. It's just the first one that happens with. So you know how this one's starting with the x3?
Yeah.
You put this number, but with the x2, one lower.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna jump in. Okay, I know some of you are still working. You'll get faster. But drop down, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. So look for that last number. It should be 6. That's how you know if you got it right. Okay. If not, then check, did you multiply wrong or did you add wrong? It's one of the, it has to be one of those two. How many of you though have negative 1, 1, 1, 3, 6, like those numbers? Okay, we're about 80%, good. So remember, this means x equals 2 is not an x-intercept. Don't forget the purpose of what you're doing. That's the reason. Okay. So my answer though would be, since this one's a cubic, I start with the square. Square x, you can put once. We usually don't, but it's okay if you do. Plus 3 plus 6 over what you're dividing by. So I know a lot of us can get this answer, but we're still like having trouble converting our answer to what it means. Okay, it's just 1 power less than what you start with. Okay, now let's extract information, a cubic function, but backwards because it's flipped, right? So my right arm will point down, right? This one's going down, so negative infinity. And my left arm is pointing up. My y-intercept is what for this one?
Is it 0, 0?
Good job. Yeah, it is 0, 0. Right? So if you put in a 0, 0, 0, there's nothing else there but a 0, right? 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. So there's your y-intercept. Okay. I think that's all we can do with this one. Questions, guys? Okay, on this next one, it's intriguing because, well, I know why. It's 100% you're adding and you're multiplying your signs, okay? Because everybody's getting different answers on this one. So be extra careful when you're adding and when you're multiplying. And I'm not talking just about a few different answers, like 6 different answers people are getting. And the culprit is the signs. Okay. So let's see.
Is that 16x?
16x. Negative 35. Either way. Okay. Be very careful with your signs, guys. Very, very careful with your signs. And when you get your answer, don't stop with your answer. Start to sketch. What do you know about it?
You said we gotta have a box for every one of them, though.
You gotta have a box for it. So who's missing? I forgot on this one. X squared. So on the x squared, put a 0. Okay. You have to have a place for everybody. If you don't put the 0 for x squared, you're gonna get the wrong answer for sure. Are you still like this? Yeah. So it's in order, right? 4, 3, so 4. But the 2 is missing, so that's where you put a 0. And then 1, so 6. And then negative 35.
This is right.
Yeah. Tell me after 9. You done if I added it right? Oh, okay. I'm not talking from there, so if you see me, tell me.
No. I mean, I'm about my work. It's because I didn't have I had x equal.
¿Te acuerdas de hacer esto? Sí.
No, dude, I don't even know if this is right. I don't know.
I don't remember the exact answer, but I think it's wrong.
Wrong?
Check your signs, guys. And you're not the only one. Most people are going to get different answers on this. Let me see if I can find it fast. I don't know if I can. Oh, right here. Wait, yeah, right here. So you drop this one, right? But then you'd have to multiply 5 times negative 5 times 1 would be negative 5 right there.
I thought we didn't multiply that one.
The first one. The first one you don't multiply because you just drop it straight down. But you do multiply this times this. Watch, look at the example we did. See, we dropped the first one, but then we did multiply. Do you get what I'm saying or no? You get what I'm saying? So this one you drop, but then you do multiply it. Just like here. On the one that you had did, I forgot what you did different, but you multiplied this times this, and then that one is what you changed. But that one doesn't change. That one's the same as that. That's the only one that stays the same. You'll get it. Okay, let's start looking. Yes, sir. You sure? Okay. Wait, how many of you have an answer? Because I forgot on my timer. You have some answer already? Okay. Okay, almost there. I'll catch up to you. Watch. Okay, so this does help at first. So if you're having a little bit of issues, then do that. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't take long to do that. Okay. 1, 4. Oh, I don't have that one. So 0, 16, negative 35. So make sure you have that 0. Okay, that's the placeholder. Okay, and then I'm dividing by negative 5. So drop this down. Multiply, negative 5. Add, multiply. Negative times the negative is a positive. Add, multiply, add, what would that be? Negative 9. Negative times the negative is a positive. And then you add those, positive 10. Okay? How many of you got those exact numbers? Well, that's good. That's better than. If you didn't, just watch your signs. That's what it is. Notice, it's really important that you know where you messed up. So notice, where did you go different? Here, here, here. Where did it change for you? Okay. Anybody want to share where they messed up on? No? It's usually that. It's usually that. On the 35. Okay, so that's just a silly mistake, huh? Yeah. Okay. So here we go. My answer would be 1 less than that one. So x cubed, x squared, 5x minus 9, plus 10 over, big old long answer, but that's okay. Yeah. Picture-wise, even function, that's a W. That means both of my arms are pointing up. So they're both going towards infinity. My y-intercept is what for this one? Negative 35. Guys, let me re-emphasize what I just said. It's really critical that you know where you messed up. Like, did you add wrong? Did you multiply wrong? One little thing you add or multiply wrong screws up the whole problem. Okay, so you gotta be very surgical about it. Questions? This next one's really important, okay? I think the most important out of all the ones we did today. Sample. So circle that one, put stars on it. Like if we only did this one, that'd be the best one to do. It's not harder, it's just more important. The one that we just finished was 35, right, at the end? Okay. Divided by x plus 3. Okay, answer as much as you can about this one. Did you miss this one originally or no?
No,
No, you're good?
100.
Okay. right track with that last one.
But for the zero first, or?
No, because see, they're in order. 3, 2, that's a 1. So they're in order. It's a clean up about that. So, yeah. What was wrong on that one?
What do you mean?
Oh, did you have it right? Oh, okay. I thought it looked erased.
This one, so it's a root.
Yeah, it is a root. So see how much you can build.
When it's hard, you don't finish.
When you finish, answer as much as you can about the graph. So we're going to do more with this graph. Okay, guys, let's jump in together. Most of you already have the answer to that, so here we go. Okay, 1, -2, -9. No need for zeros. Everything's there that we need. Okay, divided by -3. Remember, I forgot to put on the last one. You're answering if that's if that was a root. Okay. That's the question you're answering when you're dividing, okay? So drop 1, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. Okay, so out of all 5 examples that we've done, this is the only one that has a 0 here. So that's what's more important, and we're going to be able to do more with it because of that, okay? So the question is yes, x-intercept. It's a root, it's a 0, okay? Which notice that makes sense, we call them zeros, right? It's 0. Okay, let's answer some questions here. We know this will be a cubic, so it's an odd function. It's positive in the front, so it's going to look like that. The right arm points up, and then the left arm points up as well. They both point up. Oh, no, this one points down, sorry, down. Down, okay. And I know my y-intercept. It's located at, where's my y-intercept, guys, on this one? 18. Okay, it is at 18. Okay, now we're going to write our equation, 1 power less. Lincoln, will you tap him? I want him to watch this. Who else? I need you guys to watch this next part. So usually on the other ones, this is where we stop, right? But here's the real important part. This is why we factor all the time. That's why factoring was on your first test, and it was on your second test, and it'll continue to be on test, because it's really important that you can do this, okay? And when you get there, you don't stop. We can factor that. What times what multiplies to 6 but adds to -5? 2 and 3. Okay, some of you might think 6 and 1 work, but 6 and 1 don't work because they'll multiply to -6, and I needed to multiply to a +6. So here, those are my factors, but my roots are 2, 3, and what was the one that we did with the division? X equals -3 or +3? -3. So look, guys, these 4. Now I don't know just part of the picture. I know the whole picture. Okay, all these are my roots. All these are my x-intercepts. That means the same thing. All these are my zeros. Solutions. Those 4 words mean the same exact thing. The other ones we couldn't finish. This one we can. It has all the information we need. So we can sketch this very accurately. Okay. We have a root at 2. We have a root at -3. And we have a root at 3. We also know it's going to touch at 0.18. We know it's a positive cubic. Remember we established that up above? So it's going to come from the bottom. Now on this one, I don't even need to know bounce or cut because I know it has to touch those 3 and it looks like this. So the only way that can happen is, oops, my picture's off. It should touch that 18. Sorry. Okay. So there's the complete picture. Okay, with the roots. And I mean, I can answer all kinds of stuff. Domain is all real numbers. Range is all real numbers. It goes forever to the left, forever to the right, forever down, forever up, in all directions. Is that okay? How to complete the picture? So that's the big difference with if it equals 0. Okay. Okay, listen, we're kind of early.